Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are getting into something that, honestly, it just completely threw out the rule book.
Yeah, it really did.
We are doing a deep dive into that explosive season 3 finale of From, specifically the debut of the antagonist everyone is calling the Man in Yellow.
Right, and to put this all together for you, we have combed through recaps from Screen Rant, Radio Times, and CBR, plus some incredibly intense fan theory discussions from Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit has been totally wild this week.
Absolutely. So our mission for you today is to decode the identity of this daylight walking villain. We want to look at his connection to Lovecraftian mythology and break down those wild theories suggesting he might actually be a familiar face.
Because that scene, I think the visual of it was arguably more terrifying than the monsters. You have Jim standing by the RV dealing with this mind-bending reunion with a time-traveling future version of Julie.
And then this man just strolls up.
Right. No running, no screaming,
Mm-hmm.
just a guy in a dated yellow suit walking right up in broad daylight.
Which is the ultimate power move. Because until now, the sun was the only leverage the residents had. It was the clear ceasefire line.
Yeah, the monsters only come out at night.
Exactly. So by crossing that line, this entity is telling us he operates way above the laws of the town.
And he talks. He's completely articulate. He tells Jim that knowledge comes with a cost and then drops that callback that just, it froze my blood. He says, your wife shouldn't have dug that hole.
Which confirms without a doubt that he was the threatening voice on the radio way back in season 1. He is the secret keeper, the one watching and manipulating the town this whole time.
And then he just brutally murders Jim. It wasn't even a fight.
No, it was a disposal.
Yeah, Jim was a central protagonist and he gets wiped off the board in seconds. But I have to ask you about the aesthetic here. Why a yellow suit?
Well, it's a direct literary signal. You really can't put a character in a tattered yellow suit without invoking Robert W. Chambers and his book, The King in Yellow.
Oh, and the Lovecraftian mythology around Hastur.
All right, precisely. And the crucial part that a lot of people miss is the setting of Carcosa. In that mythology, Carcosa isn't just a physical place.
What is it then?
It's a mimetic virus. It's a form of madness that spreads through art and stories. If Fromville is a stand-in for Carcosa, it explains why the town's history is communicated through creepy children's drawings and nursery rhymes. It's a story that drives you insane.
That aligns perfectly with what Fatima said in the finale. She talked about an entity that offered the original townspeople immortality, but the cost was their children.
Yes. The Man in Yellow isn't just a monster. He is likely the broker of that original deal. He is the author of the curse.
Which brings us to the wildest theories from Reddit. Because everyone is trying to figure out if we've seen this guy before. Let's start with the internal candidates.
There is a lot of noise about Randall becoming the Man in Yellow.
Right, due to the physical resemblance between the actors.
Yes, since Julie proves time travel is in play, the idea is a future broken Randall goes back in time to become the villain. But there's a huge counter-argument.
Randall's massive facial scar.
Exactly. The Man in Yellow lacks that scar.
So unless he found a way to heal scar tissue while traveling through time, that theory falls apart pretty fast.
Yeah.
What about the Ethan connection?
The fact that Ethan is the storyteller and constantly wears a yellow raincoat, that feels more thematic than literal. If the Man in Yellow is the dungeon master of this reality, Ethan might simply be the successor he is grooming.
Okay, but the theory I find way scarier is the real-world theory. The idea that this guy isn't stuck in the town at all.
The commuter theory, yes. This suggests he actually lives in the real world, specifically Camden, Maine, where the show has been dropping hints, and he just uses the bottle trees or faraway trees to commute into Fromville to feed.
But if he is this powerful, dimension-hopping god living in Maine, why does he look so rough? When Miranda painted him, he looked fresh and powerful. The guy who killed Jim looked dusty. His suit was tattered.
That detail is everything. He's aging. Even if he is immortal, his power is fading.
So the shift from survival horror to cosmic horror, the monsters going harder, it's because he is getting desperate. He's actively punishing characters like Jim who get too close to the truth. Right. The prison is breaking down because the warden is dying. And if the position is about to be vacant, is he simply clearing the board? Or is he auditioning the survivors for a replacement?
Which leaves you with one incredibly unsettling final thought to mull over. If he commutes from Camden, Maine, and his control over Fromville is decaying, what happens when the borders completely fail? Could the madness of Carcosa spill out of the faraway trees and infect the real world next? Think about that. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.